Well, let's put you guys on the selfie stick. Got this from a friend of mine. Oh wow, the button works too. That's cool. Let's go over here. Got to get this old bumper here. You guys can see. I grabbed this. There's a bunch of hardware on this one that I got to pull off to put on the new one. This thing, of course, it's all sorts of ice and shit in it, so that'll have to come out. Not too worried about that, but pull it out eventually. I'm thinking everything should line up and bolt up pretty good for the most part. I don't know how much hardware I'm going to need to acquire or fit on. I don't think it's going to be that much because it seems like half of it's on the bumper cover that I just brought over here, and the other half is still on the car. So I'm going to have to figure out what's the best way to go about doing this. Before I do that, this piece right here, there's a long piece of styrofoam that I'll show you guys, but that's supposed to go there, and I might just affix that with zip ties just to kind of hold it in place. But got some other stuff to go on there too. But let me go ahead and get all this stuff put together, and then we'll get to going. Now, one other thing, rather unfortunately, if you guys remember when I did the review of the camera that I normally have up here, the camera finally decided to shit the bed. Actually, it was the battery that did. But the battery is officially shot in this thing. I tried to record a video on it last week, but it had a full battery, at least it indicated that when I had it powered on. And we got like 5 minutes into the video, it was actually replacing the blade on that mower. I had a whole how-to video planned out, and halfway through I checked the camera. For whatever reason, it was turned off. So I lost all that footage. The blade's already on the mower, everything, you know, I'd already done and got it working fine. So, unfortunately, there isn't really going to be a video on that with this mower. However, I am still going to do a blade swap on this mower anyways. So, what I'm doing now with the Nissan is I have the new bumper sitting over there. And I did print this out for good measure, even though I could see it on here. But this is all the bits and pieces that have to go with this. I still have the fog lights right there in the middle, and that's where the fog lights are. There's also the mounting assembly that's already on them, I believe. Looks to be. And there's that styrofoam piece, and there's the actual bumper itself, which is a part of the unibody or unibody frame of the car. So all that stuff has to bolt together, and then I also have this, printed out this just for the hell of it as well. Tells you what everything is, what everything corresponds to, and it gives you the removal and installation, which for the installation, of course, you just do everything backwards. So it's not really that I'll need this, but it's there in case I do. Honestly, I'll probably be using this part more, just so I know exactly where all these little bolt holes are. And before I clip out again, another reason why I did keep this thing, I forgot to take off this centerpiece, the center grill part. You'll see that on the new bumper, but that's not included on the new one. In addition to the hardware, too, of course, it's going to have to go onto the new bumper. And unfortunately, I don't think I have that bottom piece. So that might be another thing I'm going to have to source from somewhere. But I've got all the important stuff, and for the most part, this thing, the new one, should just go right back on. But I have this piece goes onto this side. This didn't come with the new bumper either, unfortunately. But on this side over here, I believe it's still attached to the car. Where the hell is it? Right here. That's where it goes. So, gonna kind of have to finagle this thing around and get it resituated and everything, but shouldn't be too hard. No, this actually wasn't me who did this, and looks like I'll have to put some electrical tape on that. This is how I got the car. All this stuff was missing. I don't know what this is. Looks like some sort of airbag sensor or something. And there's the other piece for the fog light. So it's kind of going to be a pain in the ass doing some of this, but it shouldn't be too difficult. So enough babbling for me. I'm going to go ahead and unwrap this thing, swap over all the hardware I need off of this one onto that one, and then we'll get going. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this part right here was not included on the new bumper, as you can clearly see. So what I'm going to do before I bolt anything on to the car, I'm going to go ahead and reinstall that little center part. I'm going to reinstall the fog lamps on the sides. And then I'll start pulling off the hardware off of everything as I need to hopefully get this back on. Of course, there's got to be some random cattage every now and again. Got the centerpiece in, got the two fog lamps in. Kind of had to remember how to stick those suckers back in, but got them in just fine. I can't remember, and it doesn't show, I mean, there isn't anything on this one. I don't think that there was any mesh that goes in there or not. I would think that there would be, but it doesn't appear that there was. I think they were just open holes, but of course, I could be wrong about that. So what I'm going to start doing now, before I do anything, is show you guys how the front looks. Looks a lot better. Gonna have to get it painted, but I knew that from the get-go. So now I'm just gonna start pulling all the hardware off of here, putting it onto that one. Same with the stuff that's on the car. Do the same thing. Starting to look a little bit different. This is exactly why I save old hardware and do not like throwing out old stuff, is because I did need, in fact, like I thought I would, a couple bits of extra hardware. Thankfully, I have plenty of stuff to choose from. Also have stuff in bags too. And all this stuff I'm going to organize into those two bins right there. Should be getting to that today, hopefully, if nothing else goes wrong on this car. I got the sides bolted up and into place, both sides. Fog lamps are in, middle part's in. Starting to look a lot better. Got these spare bits of hardware. They go right here and right here, which I didn't have. So thankfully I have stuff on hand to do that. And here's the finished product. Looks a lot better than it did. I'm gonna go take it in and give it a good car wash because there's bird shit all over it. That front end, it's not as pronounced as I thought it was. I mean, there's definitely a little bit of a difference between the back and the front as far as the spacing goes. But it's not really all that noticeable. But I guess that's normal from what everybody on the forums was saying. Car looks a lot better, and the best part is, unless you're really looking at it, you kind of can't really tell too much that the bumper's a different color just because, you know, it's kind of a blackish gray. But, I mean, you can notice it if you're looking at it the correct way. So I'm going to go get this thing a car wash, and we'll be back with the what it looks like afterwards. So here's the car. Got it cleaned up. Cleaned up pretty good for the most part. As I said before, I'm still going to have to explore trying to bring this paint back. Hopefully that can be done. Car looks a lot better now though. It's amazing how something as simple as replacing a bumper can make a car look so much better. At least that old piece of junk I don't really need anymore. I didn't see any other pieces of hardware, so I think this is ready to be thrown out. I was almost thinking just not even worry about painting it, just because there really isn't that much of a difference unless you know, really look at it. But maybe I will. It all depends on how that turns out to be. If it turns out that waxing this, can't bring this paint back. I probably won't even bother worrying about dumping the money into this bumper. But aside from all that, everything else has come out pretty good. Just got to get the wheel liners and that splash guard. So there you guys have it.